Hello and welcome to the Risen Divine League playoffs here at the Carolina Gaming Studio Arena. So many other names. I am Podslam, and with me on the desk for the first time today is Junior Varsity mid laner as Nick is quickly filling in his name, the Bodkill. My man, how you doing today? What's going on?
I'm doing great. I'm about to go to spring break.
Yes,
It's gonna
sir.
be a great time.
You got any fun plans for spring break this year?
No,
No?
No.
You're not going to the beach or not spending
No.
time with fans?
No.
Man, that sucks. You know what? I'm going home and working. I have a job, and that is the worst possible thing. But none of that matters right now, Bakil. You want to know why?
Yeah.
Because UNC Varsity are taking on Omega Gaming Wildcard in the first round of the Risen Divine League playoffs. We should be getting into draft here in a little bit. Last week we saw the varsity team come back with the reverse sweep against Deep Sea Gaming to secure their playoff position. Bodkill, I don't know if you were tuning into that series at that time.
No, I wasn't.
I no man. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Well, I will yell at you later, but that's not important. But yeah, last week had an amazing series. The last game, I know me and Mac Dewey in the studio were incredibly hype about that. Very, very excited to see what the team can do this time around. Omega Gaming Wildcard do have a record of 4-1 to UNC Varsity's 2-3, so they're a pretty difficult opponent. We were
Yeah, I'd
talking a
say
little
so.
about it before.
Yeah, it seems like UNC are not the favorites here, but we're hoping they can pull off the upset.
Yeah.
I'm sure some good preparation would help into that.
Yeah, absolutely. Good old Coach McScragg doing his homework on the other team. We were looking at their op.ggs, have them over here on the laptop, and not a single low rank in the entire team. The rest of it should be a pretty even matchup to a lot of the varsity squad, but I am definitely looking forward to see what the team has cooked up. Maybe something special. Maybe we see some pocket picks coming out from people like Rami Baba. I know he was a very big player in last week's series, playing things like Lux, playing things like Tom Kench. Really, just really played it to perfection.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Pocket picks are always good to pull
Mhm.
out, especially in a short game series. Can really surprise the opponent in draft
Yeah.
and can give you better odds of winning,
Are,
hopefully.
are there any pocket picks that you feel like UNC should pull out that you are really comfortable with? Because I know you are a big fan of the Vagar. We have seen that a few times in junior varsity. I know Kersey is pretty comfortable on it as well. Do you think UNC should bust that pick out?
Vigar, I think Vigar's very good.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't say he's a pocket pick. He's
Okay.
actually pretty meta right now,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, I like to see Kersey on Vigar.
Mhm.
Into certain matchups, I'm not sure if he's blindable. He might be.
Mhm.
He can be flexed ball lane, so there's also that. I'm not sure if they play it, but he's a very strong pick right now.
Yeah, I do not know if Posh is exactly the
Yeah.
most adept on the Vagar ADC, but I am a big fan of the Vagar ADC. I believe draft is getting underway here. So
Oh,
both
yeah.
teams have readied up. UNC going to be on the blue side, and then we will see Omega Gaming Wildcard on the red side. Bands are coming out, trying to get that for you guys. Here it comes right on the screen. Boom! We see it right there. UNC banning away the Zinzao and the Jin. Cannot see what the other picks
can't
are.
see the red side bands.
We will. It said it's Aurelia and
Oh.
Twisted Fate, both pretty solid bands. But what's interesting about Bodkill is we haven't seen a Jinx or a Zeri ban yet.
Yeah, I think both these teams might be willing to just handshake the matchup. I do like that Aurelia ban. I know Joe's a very prolific Aurelia
Ooh.
player. One of his comfort picks.
Yeah.
Oh, we see a Zeri ban,
All right, the Zeri ban.
and I think that's a Hecarim ban.
Is that Hecarim or Gwen? It's Hecarim. Okay, taking that away from Steve P. And there we go. We can see all the bands now, Vodkill.
Yes.
I'm hyped to see all of the action. But UNC, the Jinx is up, and I feel like you really have to try and pick that. But UNC hovering the
Oh.
Caitlyn instead and locking it in.
I think they might be going for a more lane dominant bot lane, try to pressure them with Caitlyn and try to punish the Jinx.
Omega Gaming hovering Karma, and I think I misspoke earlier. It wasn't the Tom Kents that we saw Rami play, but it was the Karma Lux that they won in the games 2 and 3. So Omega Gaming trying to pick this not only for themselves, but to take it away from Rami, knowing that he is comfortable on that, but actually just going to lock in the Ezreal instead. So Jinx is unbanned, but MIA from this game.
It's an Ezreal Karma. Very strong combo.
Yeah, very poke heavy bot lane. This
Yeah.
I know coming from someone who loves playing tank supports. Anytime I see an Ezreal and a Karma, I just want to blow off my own leg because I know it'll be less painful than playing against that lane right there. But UNC having a few of their signature picks still open,
There's
and
the
one of those picks is that Lux. Rami going to lock it in for the team. And I guess you really could sort of switch that to mid lane if you wanted to do so. I don't know how well Kersey can play the Lux, especially blind pick right now at least. But UNC having one more pick, and I feel like it's going to be something like the Gwen, just because we have seen a lot of that this year so far.
Might be a jungle pick.
Jungle would be good so you don't have more bans from Steepy, but it is a Vi pick.
Well, that's really interesting. Honestly, don't know the most about Vi, but it seems like UNC thinks she's the strongest jungler here right now. I mean, it is an option for getting onto Ezreal, and can set up Caitlyn CC, which is nice. I do like the ball lane matchup for UNC. Just seems to have more pressure, gives them a way to play around early. Get hit by 1 CC by Caitlyn Lux, and that's a large chunk gone.
Yeah, I was about to say, you are pretty much dead if you get hit by one of those, the light binding and then the Yoral snap trap. You're basically just asking to lose all of your health. But Omega Gaming banning away the Tryndamere, a very strong top lane pick we have seen recently, but UNC responding with the Camille. It's a top lane banned Fiesta Vodkill. They have banned 3 top laners in this second rotation, and I would imagine they banned one more just to finish it off. Yep, there we go.
I mean, might as well.
You just might as well finish it off. You just sort of handshake those. But something that is interesting is no mid laners were banned in that second rotation of bans. So both teams sitting pretty comfortable with the other team's mid lane pool. Omega Gaming gonna, I would assume, hold that mid lane pick for the very end and lock in their top laner right here because they know, there are a lot of top bans that Gnar is locked in.
I wonder what Joe picks against Gnar here.
Yeah, there are some pretty solid picks we have seen out of him. Just like I was talking about the Gwen, just able to really abuse Gnar if she's able to get on top of him.
That is true.
Especially if running something like the lethal tempo. But the Gragas
might be jungle, might be top. We don't know.
But do you send that Vi top then?
Okay, maybe not.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's something the team has been practicing.
It's Gragas top. Hey, you never know though.
No, you're right. You're right. You never know what the team has concocted. But last pick going to be mid lane for Kersey here. Wonder what he is going to pick. There's so many good options that he can pick here. Something in mid that I feel like doesn't need a lot of jungle help would be very good for his team. But the Lucian is locked in.
I'm not sure I like that.
Oh my god. What don't you like about it, Vodkill?
I think I honestly don't think Lucian mid is very good right now.
Okay.
And I think it can definitely be abused. Especially Lucian's actually very hard to play in team fights as well. I feel like his short range, especially like you don't really want to like run to Udyr and Ezreal. And there's this Syndra coming out, which is known to be a pretty good counter pick into Lucian mid.
Yeah, Syndra,
just blast him.
The Syndra all around is just a great mid lane pick, especially with the rest of the comp of Omega Gaming, because you can set up these team fights, or you can have your team set them up and you just follow up, and like you're not dependent on either one. With the scatter the weak, those very strong, especially in team fights, if you're able to get a lot of those orbs out to just launch into the back line of UNC. But UNC have a pretty beefy front line with this Gragas and this Vi, especially if the Gragas goes less of an AP build and more of a tank build.
Yeah, I would expect a more tanky build. It's to build around the fact that they have a Caitlyn Lux bot lane, obviously lacking that front line.
Mm-hmm.
And similarly, we kind of see the same thing with Ezreal Karma, Udyr, and Gnar as the tanks. Yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting kind of comps to watch. These comps really play off their zoning and their abilities and poke. But maybe we'll see some cool like Gnar engages or Gragas engage. I think UNC's engage is actually better. They just got the point and click Vi, easy to execute, easy to follow up on. I like that from UNC.
Yeah, I feel as the later the game goes and the lower the cooldowns of these engage ultimates from UNC become, especially with the Vi, I believe it's called Cease and Desist, her ultimate, and then you have the ultimate out of Lux, obviously going to be on like a 25,
Yeah,
30-second cooldown and does about 1,000 damage. Those are going to be devastating in these team fights, but I believe it is going to be Omega Gaming who really want to get a lead in this mid to early game, focusing around Rift Herald, focusing around these dragons, and trying to get the lane advantages to do so. Because just like you were saying, you feel as if the Syndra can really just bully the solution out of lane and probably even kill him. Depending on how aggressive Kersey is wanting to be, but I mean, if this Lucian does get far enough ahead, maybe gets one or two kills early on, and then is just able to really push the Syndra out, I feel like he can become a very big side lane threat.
Yeah, there's not that many side lane threats on either team, to be honest. Yeah, I think one thing that matters a lot this game is which team gets the dragon first. If Caitlyn gets there first, of course, setting her traps up, and then you have Lux, it can be really devastating for a Mega Gaming Wildcard to kind of walk into that. So early game will matter a lot, and the type of dragon. If it's Cloud, might want to FF.
Hey man, everyone always hates on Cloud Dragon. I gotta give it some love. It does help out this UNC squad, especially just like talking about giving them that ultimate ability haste, really just helping them get those out earlier. I mean, hey man, you gotta find some reasons to love it. Because whether or not you really agree with how great it is, it does help you get towards that soul, which is really what both teams are looking to do here. Because I feel like both comps, like they go up very well. This mid game is doing really good, and then they just sort of level off going into late game. The only one who really scales super hard, I feel like, is this Lux and the Syndra, just because whenever she does get those max level abilities, does get bonus effects on them. And then this Lux is just going to do chunks and chunks of damage. Maybe you can throw Caitlyn in there as well whenever she does finish things like the rapid fire cannon and is able to have even more range than she already does. Both teams looking to get that mid game advantage. Nick, are we heading into draft on the client?
They've drafted on client. We can go to a break.
They already drafted on client. All right. Well, with that news, we are going to head to a quick break. Don't look away from that browser. The first game of the Risen Divine League playoffs is right here on UNC Esports Twitch channel. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Risen Divine League playoffs. This is the first game of our 3-game series. I am Podsalom, and the first time on the desk tonight is the one, the only Bodkill. My man, how are you thinking after looking at that draft, seeing what everything was going through, and then obviously seeing what these comps ended coming out to be?
Yeah, I like UNC's draft. I think it's easy to execute, and I think it has more advantages. Hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams doing a standard 5-point start right here. No, none of them wanting to get too aggressive or overstep their bounds. But something that I think is very interesting is if you look in Jaegung's inventory, that is a Tear of the Goddess.
Yeah, you start that.
It's very interesting. See, me, I don't play Gragas top lane,
yeah.
so yeah. Tell me about that a little bit.
Yeah, it's for lane. Gives him extra mana.
It gives him extra mana. Make sure he can, obviously sustain that a little bit better. But especially against this Gnar, who is, I believe, going to poke him quite a bit in this lane. Both junglers starting topside though. So we're not going to see them scuffle over a Scuttle Crab anytime soon.
Some weak side top laners, you know how it is. But also interesting, Gnar went Dorn's shield. I personally don't think he needs it.
Do you think he should have gone Dorn's Blade instead?
I might have went to Cole, to be honest.
Cole?
But maybe not the correct choice. I mean, it's probably Blade. Some good trades for UNC here. This looks really good.
ADC being pushed out of the lane, but Posh and Rami going to hit level 2 soon here. The heal is used, but the Ignite is down onto YYCAC. Posh burning down as well. Hasn't used the heal just yet, but health bar's low for both ADCs and the support of UNC.
Yeah, Summoner advantage for...
Oh, the flash binding is going to miss, but the E is going to connect onto YYC ADC. Going to get out, though, but that is a lot of damage! The flash 90 caliber net almost connecting. The bot lane for Omega Gaming going to escape with their lives.
Yeah, close fight, but it works out well for UNC. No sums on bot lane. That can lead to a dive potentially.
Yeah, that'll be very detrimental to them if they are not careful, especially against the aggressive lane that is UNC right now. But Kersey is actually doing pretty well in this mid lane against this Syndra. We were talking about how we didn't really like that pick, or you were at least. I'm not gonna throw mine. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so Kersey up in CS does take a lot of poke, as we just saw right there, which is something that I feel like this Syndra is doing a lot better than the Lucian.
Yeah, pretty standard early game. Winning bot for UNC so far. They have a decently sized CS lead. Caitlyn got her back off and is going Cole on first back, which is helps a lot in terms of accelerating her scaling.
Ooh, Kersey using the dash in right there. Nightingale taking so much damage, but Javi is there, has the blue buff, is a scary bear man. Not something you want to see if you are a Lucian minding your own business. Trying to get the audio issues fixed for you guys. We don't know what is going on. We will get that sorted out as soon as we can. But Vi is on this bot side. There is a ward in that tri-brush, and I feel like Omega Gaming sort of know where she's at right now, so the gank might not come through. Ward does go down, and I don't know if they saw her.
Pretty good wave for UNC, though.
Yeah, going in right now. The E does connect.
No flash.
Oh, the flash from
and
CP.
they go.
Oh, the binding barely missed. YYC ADC caught too far out. First blood for UNC Varsity, and most importantly, going on to Posh.
Yeah, that was just wonderfully played. They know there are no sums. Vi just flashes on both of them. Unfortunately, the binding missed, but they still got one nonetheless. Even if that play didn't work out, the wave for UNC was very good. So an excellent play to go for there.
Yeah, and the wave is going to crash, making ADC miss a little bit of that wave. So it does look like Suck is going to have to get the rest of that. But Jaegung taking a lot of damage to this Gnar. Gnar saying, I don't need no Doran's blade, and is doing quite a bit of work with just the Doran's shield.
Yeah, that's why I said he kind of didn't need it. I mean,
Uh-oh.
it's pretty clear he doesn't.
Rami
But
forcing the flash out. Binding is not going to connect, but Javi is there, and Kersey saw him not wanting to persist that anymore.
yeah, that was a great gank by Rami. It really gives mid a lot more pressure. Mid got chunked, no TP. It looks really good for UNC so far. Let's see if they can make this early game lead into a substantial advantage. Oh,
Ooh,
he goes in.
The dash culling.
Oh,
going
that's a
to
kill.
100-0 Nightingale right there, or 50% to 0. But you get the point. Nightingale going to fall, and Kersey making you eat your words, man, saying this Lucian pick is not good.
Yeah, that was just beautifully played by Kersey with his R, and Syndra didn't have it or missed it. I'm not sure.
I think she missed it. I
Okay.
think that's what it was.
Yeah.
But it does look like Steepy is back for
Yep.
round 2. Flashes are not up for either Omega Gaming bot laner, but Steepy almost getting in too deep for himself, but Posh getting another kill. Rami very low, but the channel back in for Steepy. Steepy going to get the kill onto
Ooh.
Karma, and this is 4-0. UNC out to a big early game lead.
Yeah, that was wonderfully played. Yeah, that's
I mean, that's it. Yeah.
I mean,
Man,
that was just-
that play was good. I like that one. But yeah, UNC being very aggressive, and that's what I feel like you really need to do when you have someone like this Vi. You need to constantly be looking for ganks, constantly be looking for invades, looking for ways to get ahead, because this Udyr, I don't feel is at this point in the game able to 1v1 the Vi simply because of her W passive. But Omega Gaming, like I was saying earlier, do need to get this dragon, which is what they do, and it is a Cloud Drake, so they went ahead and got it first. But this next dragon going to be a Hextech dragon, and UNC trying to contest the Scuttle Crab.
I'm not sure about this fight. But
Steepy locked
yeah.
up and destroyed by the Syndra ultimate, but Kersey and Rami trying to get back, but on the other side of the map, AXM throwing Jaegung into the wall. I don't believe he is able to kill this fat man just yet. Rami Baba
Whoa.
getting rooted up. Scatter of the Week going to stun Kersey. And a lot of action in the spot side. They are not done, though. Karma getting taken a lot down pretty low with that calling. Javi pretty low himself. That Gromp not going to save you this time. The smite to get some health back, but Kersey going to secure a kill. The root does land onto Karma. Nothing else going to come of it. UNC not letting off of the gas. 5-1 in this game.
Yeah, that was a bit greedy go for from the Udyr, and he gets punished for it. They know they're in the jungle, and he still goes for his Gromp. And UNC does a great job punishing it. I just want to highlight Steepy doing a great job punishing bot lane's lack of summoners from the early game advantage that UNC got.
Lack of
and
summoners
bot
and
lane
lack of
again.
Wards as
Top lane's having fun.
yeah, top lane. Top lane's pretty fairly matched. I mean, Jaegung's down about. Actually, not going to be down much once he gets this wave right here. Down about 5 or 6 minions, which I mean, when you're getting pushed under turret, this entire time, that is not that bad, especially when you haven't given over a kill. And the jungler for the other team isn't doing much for that, but the root does land. Karma having to flash away. Don't know if it was needed, but the bot lane for Omega Gaming not liking this Caitlyn pick right now.
Yeah, they're just getting dominated. I think they took too many early game trades, and it went bad for them.
Yes.
And then UNC had the better punish.
Yeah, Posh taking a few turret shots there. That is not going to be good for him
Yeah,
if he's wanting to stay in this lane.
he's just baiting.
She's just baiting him. He's currently playing 4D chess, but Steepy is caught out by Javi right there, taking the Herald. Smite goes down to get some health back, but that bear does a lot of damage. I may have stand corrected when I said it didn't do too much, but Jaegung, you're in the middle of 3 people right there. The explosive cast is going to try and do something, but Steepy having to go right back in. AXM flashing over the wall to continue the chase onto Steepy. Steepy hitting the blast cone, going to get out, presumably Kersey getting rooted up by the Karma. Nightingale trying to do his darndest to pick up the kill onto Kersey. Kersey using the culling. Steepy going to fall on the other side of it. No kills for UNC going to come right now.
Oh.
Kersey is caught behind enemy lines. My man, you are in the wrong neighborhood as he gets shut down by AXM, and a good flurry of kills for Omega Gaming Wildcard.
Yeah, that really just kind of snowballed there. Even though UNC had the advantage, they got picked off early. Gragas got exploded, and then they just kind of ran back in there. Now the game is like relatively even. They get Herald, which is a pretty large advantage as well.
Especially if they are able to use it to completely finish off a turret. No turrets on the side of UNC are low enough to just completely execute it with the Herald, but nonetheless going to be 320 gold into the pockets of whoever is near it whenever it destroys it. But a big wave shoving in topside. Jaegung might look to spread the love somewhere else, and oh my goodness, Rami, that's a lot of damage.
Ezreal does that.
You're like, yeah, that's normal. And we were also talking about during the break what Ezreal build we feel like YYC ADC is going to go, and it is not going to be the Prowler Claw tech this time around. I believe he's going towards the Triforce build.
Oh really? I think that's Essence Reaver.
Is that Essence Reaver? I thought Warhammer Sheen.
I'm pretty sure that's Essence.
Okay,
but maybe I'm wrong.
If it is Essence Reaver, then I'm just stupid and I don't play the game enough, which is a very big possibility. But either way, the bot lane for Omega Gaming trying to get back into it. I think the gold is relatively even amongst them, but whenever Posh finishes that call, I believe is going to be in the favor of UNC. If we can maybe check what the gold is really quick for both the bot laners. X. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, actually about 1,000 gold up in the favor of UNC for the ADCs, and the gold for the sports is basically even. And there goes a big laser, not going to do too much, but Javi is on this bot side. Did just see Steepy use that dash, goes in, just bear slaps him once.
Yeah, I love watching Udyr, man.
Very interactive gameplay as AXM gnawing Jaegung into the wall right there. Just to get some poke damage off, really.
Yeah. Jaegung's job here is to only kind of survive, let his team kind of win bot side, which they are doing a great job of, and kind of just do a great job in team fight, zoning, peeling for Kalen. Oh,
that's a culling out right there. As YYC ADC did stop Posh's recall with the ultimate right there. And Posh is in a little bit of trouble. Has the heal. No flash, though. Shut down. YYC ADC getting a lot of gold into his pocket, and that's a big wave shoving into the turret.
Yeah, that's a pretty costly mistake there, getting canceled like that. And Omega Gaming Wildcard did a great job capitalizing on that. And that's a pretty large advantage back for the bot lane, which were so far behind in the early game. But now it's relatively even.
Yeah, I feel like once I go back, but Rami making me stop my
dead.
thought right there is YYC ADC flashing under the turret to secure that kill, but Karma is going to be the one who gets it right there. Steepy is around, but I don't believe he's going to try and do anything. But now it is Omega Gaming Wildcard who are the ones with the gold lead.
Yeah, Rami stepping up a little too far there, trying to clear a ward without his ADC. I think his jungler was relatively nearby, but he just got one shot, so.
Yeah, I think she was around the Krug pit, like going around towards red, but obviously wasn't able to intervene in time to save his life, as the rest of the gang is sort of figuring out what they need to do. Jaegung and Posh are the only ones with completed mythics for UNC right now. Jaegung going the the Turbo Chem tank. Very interesting choice. Not something like the Iceborne or the Sunfire, but I still respect it all the same, especially when you are wanting to have these engages and just really constantly be aggressive, especially around these objectives.
Yeah, it's good against the Syndra, Ezreal, Karma, just kind of running at them, and Gragas also does a great job of building up the stacks.
Yeah, absolutely. Steepy being a nice jungler. Giving the blue buff over to Kersey.
Yeah,
bot kill.
wish my junglers did
Yeah,
that.
I was about to say, what percentage of blue buffs go over to you in the average game?
Probably 5%.
5%.
It's rough out here, man.
What's even more rough, though, is this bot lane look from Omega Gaming. The 2 teleports being used by UNC might be able to flip this play. The Rift Herald not going to stop the turret in time, Root does go down, but the culling is going to finish off Karma right there. Jaegung has the explosive cast. Does he continue? The scatter of the week is going to dissuade the rest of UNC. So UNC is 5 men strong in this bot lane, but something I think is more important is they had to use both of their TPs to make that play happen, and they are going to lose this second turret on the top side to AXM.
Yeah, I think it was a good turn by UNC there with the double TPs, but I think they may have expended too much there, and they only got 1 kill. Meanwhile, Nar's just pushing up in the top lane, getting the advantage, and they won't have TPs for Drake, which is a bit of a big deal.
Important though, Rami going to get slapped down there by Javi, and that's a double kill to this Udyr. The snowballing has begun, Bod kill, as Kersey trying to get the kill onto Nightingale, but that is too much damage too quickly. Kersey getting a little too aggressive in the turret range of Omega Gaming.
Yeah, it was looking good at first, but I think the Karma Shield really helped Syndra live there. I think Kersey almost had that. I'm not. Does he have Gale Force up?
No. Well, I'm not sure. I don't know if he might have just bought that, actually. I'm not too sure because I knew that he did have to buy, or he didn't have to, but he bought the Hex Drinker. To sort of stay alive a little bit longer. And
yeah, I can.
Oh goodness!
Oh, look at Ezreal. It's Essence Reaver, baby.
Hey man, he was right. The man knows his stuff. I don't play the Ezreal, but yeah, that is an Essence Reaver start for ADC. So I mean, it could be a multitude of different mythic items for him to go into, especially because he is the one that is ahead now.
Yep.
No longer Pos that is ahead, but Kersey
playing aggressive.
Yeah, dashing in there. That's a big slot of damage. Not going to finish off Karma though. Going to use those plants to heal back up.
I think Karma should probably just back before Drake.
Yeah.
But she is
staying, trying to get those honey fruits to get her health back a little bit. But UNC going to swarm around this dragon right here. It is a Ocean Soul this game, so very annoying, but Jaegung popping the chem tank, trying to run after YYC there. Not going to have anything, but Steepy needs to be careful. That is a big Gnar into the wall. Kersey, my man, you are in the wrong neighborhood again. Teleport being used by Nightingale to come in right there. It is a 4v3, excuse me, a 4v4 as YYC joins the squad. And this is going to be the 3rd Dragon for Omega Gaming if they are able to secure it. And most importantly, that will put them at soul point. CP goes in there, but the smite is not going to go anywhere. CP might be too far in. He does get taken down by AXM. The Rift Herald is still up, and there are some on-the-way pings there. Omega Gaming just rolling over this game now.
Yeah, I like the initial idea from UNC. They got there first. They kind of got their setup, but they didn't check its Ocean Soul, so there's some extra bushes.
Yeah.
And Omega Gaming Wildcard took great advantage of that. Got an early pick, which basically won them the Drake, and now it's looking really good for them. I will say an interesting item choice is the Triforce from Gnar. I would have expected Divine Sunder, but this guy's probably better than me.
Wanting to be, I guess, more well-rounded this game, but Jaegung getting Nard into the wall. That's like the 5th time he's got Nard into the wall there, but Posh getting hit by the Scatter of the Week, and that is a lot of damage too quickly, but he's got the fancy footwork. Not going to be enough, though. And that is another kill going over towards this Ezreal, and a mid lane turret taken as well. Steepy not wanting to take that dash in. UNC slowly but surely just burning out everything that they have so far. AXM getting another bot turret here. Holy moly.
It's the Triforce. It adds a lot more split pressure towards Gnar. And Ezreal is scaling as well. The completed Mirror Mana is a very strong spike. He'll be chunking a lot in these fights. Cancel him?
Oh, he hit him, but he didn't.
See it.
Gosh darn it. Jaegung is rioting right now. He even wait, did he use the no, he didn't use the chem tank. It just had a weird effect.
That's the chem tank passive. Charge up. Yeah,
gotcha. So it was chem tank. I was right.
Yeah.
It's just not in the way that I was thinking. But Bodkill, tell me what do you think UNC really needs to do to get back into this game? They're down about 5,000 gold at 20 minutes. They're down 3 dragons, 3 turrets. I mean, they're pretty down bad to put it bluntly. What do they need to do to really get themselves firmly back in this game?
Well, another reason why at the beginning I said I prefer UNC's comp is that they have some great comeback mechanics. They have pick potential. They have the Vi, they have the Caitlyn, they have the Luxus follow-up. They have some great ways to kind of negate this Ezreal. Just have some Vi press her gameplay button. Try to catch someone in the side lane or perhaps mid or something. You got some good engages. Try to get those shutdowns towards the important carry for UNC and try to leverage that into objectives, and that's one of their ways to win.
We all love the champions that have the no fun button, especially when they are on your team. But Omega Gaming have the no fun neutral objective, putting the Herald in. But Steepy going to get rooted up and ignited, taken down. Karma getting pretty low there. The teleport.
Double TP.
Double TP used from Kersey and Jaegung. I don't feel like that was needed. Kersey, oh my goodness, getting very aggressive and getting bear slapped in return. Going to be taken down. YYC is unstoppable right there. And that right there, Bodkill, I think is a classic frustration. Just visible frustration.
Yeah, he was way too over-aggressive there. You can't just play like that into an Udyr that can just bear slap your bear slap you. Yeah.
Bear slap your behind.
Yeah, something like that.
That's what I think you were gonna say, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean you're exactly right. Now because you were so aggressive and you just got very much in the face of Omega Gaming, they were able to capitalize on it. Your jungler was already dead. Now you were dead, and now the Baron is in the pockets of Omega Gaming. And I feel like more importantly, they are going to have this Baron buff active whenever this next dragon spawns. So you are going to be able to push out these waves, have so much pressure everywhere that UNC has to respond to it, and then just get an easy Ocean Soul. Unless DP or Rami are able to get a great miracle and able to steal it somehow, but AXM on top of a ward,
yeah,
not gonna get ulted. Woo! Yes, sir. I don't know. We don't want to have something for that, but we need to.
You have to do like the tar.
nah.
Tar heals. That's what we need right now, man. We need a morale booster for the squad right now as Karma goes in, and that is
shouldn't have said anything.
yeah, Nick, I blame you right there. But Posh, my man, there's a bang, throws up the sad B, knows it is all over. Kersey
that's
going
probably
to use
GG.
the calling back, trying to run away from the triple killing Javi Bear right there, and I don't see a way where UNC can really defend this. Jaegung, the lone fat man on the side of UNC, not going to be able to do anything, running for his life. That is a very speedy Bear, and I don't know what you can do. An ace for Omega Gaming. Rami is up, but what do you even do to stop this push, Bodkill?
Nothing. Well, you can honestly probably stop this push, but I feel like they're so far ahead at this point that it's really hard. There's still a chance. There always is. But, yeah, it's looking pretty rough.
They are going to back off in favor of getting the Ocean Dragon. I feel like that is the proper one to do. And a teleport?
Yeah, FF.
A forfeit. Wow, UNC going to forfeit game 1.
I don't blame them too much for that. it was looking pretty over.
Bodkill, I don't know. I think this is the first time we've seen a forfeit.
Oh, really?
For any competitive team.
Oh, I FF all my games.
Well, even the ones where you're playing for like a league or something like that.
No, we don't talk about that.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the first time I've seen a forfeit out of any of our teams, at least. The frustration, obviously, getting to UNC right there. Had a very good early game.
Yeah, very good early game, but they took some bad fights. It kind of snowballed. They got that Omega Wildcard Gaming got the advantage back, and it kind of snowballed back into their favor. They played around they're the ones picking UNC. Posh got caught out a couple times, Rami a couple times, but yeah. It was a great turnaround by them, despite that seemingly disastrous looking early game.
Yeah, the Ezreal, YYC, and Karma for Omega Gaming, just really withstanding the onslaught of constant bot lane aggression, and were able to really help the team come back. But I feel like the real MVP of the game right there was Javi, the Udyr for Omega Gaming, just doing so much for them all around the map, especially in that late game, just running down Posh and Kersey. I mean, there's nothing you could do against that.
He's
bear.
just so strong there. They don't have enough damage to take him down, and
Yeah.
he's just setting up his whole team with the good old bear slaps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't feel like there was enough consistent damage out of UNC that could really take down this Udyr.
Yeah, no.
Everyone was too far behind at that point to really go through his armor and his health. So a tragic first game for UNC, but hope is not lost. We still have at least one more game in this series. UNC might be able to get the reverse sweep the second weekend or week in a row. I believe we're going to head to a short break real quick just to get the lobby loaded up. Nick, you're shaking your head no.
Just a quick
Nick,
reverse sweep.
He says we're going into draft
Whoa.
now. That is okay with me, I guess. I didn't need a water break anyways. Bodkill, we have more action coming at you. What do you think UNC need to change this time around to take a win in Game 2 here?
I felt like the draft was fine, to be honest. I felt like the early game was perfect, like almost perfectly played. I just think it came like, well, not all of early game, but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I feel like this time UNC just needs to be a little more needs to be a little more careful in when they have a lead. Hopefully they don't just like toss it away like that. They just all kind of like ran in and died while trying to like kind of fight for Rift Herald. Like one of them was caught and the rest just kind of followed.
Yeah.
But I like to see that exact same early game again, and hopefully this time they can just leverage it into something more instead of just kind of losing it in a couple fights.
Yeah, and already we're seeing a change to the UNC draft. They're banning Caitlyn away with their first ban. Obviously thinking Omega Gaming going to have some focus around it themselves, but Omega Gaming sticking to their guns with the bans that they have, the Twisted Fate and the Irelia being taken away from UNC. UNC going to ban away the Jinx, so some heavy ADC focus.
They're banning Vi? No shot.
Banning the Gragas?
I don't think you need to ban Gragas either.
I mean, I feel like you just sort of stick with the same bans that you had last game. I think they might be taunting UNC a little bit by hovering the champions they played last game. Like, yeah, play these ones again. But instead, they are going to ban Karma instead of anything else. And UNC have a decision to make. Do you ban Zeri and just try and pick some other ADCs, or do you ban this Ezreal that was very good for Omega Gaming last game?
Yeah, it's hard to say. They know they play Ezreal, and it seems like they're comfortable with blinding it. Of course, this time they won't have the Karma, but they banned it, so they might have something else for it. Zeri and Ezreal are up. They pick away Hecarim, one of the strongest junglers in the meta right now. Great champion. Also very interactive. I like when he runs me down.
We all love the scary death horse charging into lane and just wrecking the enemy laner. But I feel like it's very interesting that UNC basically opted for complete ADC bans right here. Zeri is still open, so if they wanted to do that, they could. But the Grave's going to be locked in for UNC. We have seen Steepy play that a few times this season, so I wonder if that will be heading to the jungle or will it be heading top lane for UNC, for Jaegung.
It's possible flex. I don't think I've seen Joe play much Graves, but I think it's definitely at least decent to Hecarim from what I understand. Of course, I don't play jungle, but you know, from my and the Lucian again. I honestly don't like to see that, but that's okay. I really don't like that pick, especially into Hecarim, but it seems like a comfort that Ben call him Kitten is comfortable on, and he seems to prefer. If you're good on Lucian, against an opponent, it can also you can also it's easier on Lucian to kind of leverage an advantage. You can just kind of dash in, press R, gun them down.
Yeah, we did see him do that a few times against Nightingale in this last game, but the Nautilus Kaisa going to be practically insta-locked for Omega Gaming, giving UNC no time to think about what they want to do. And something that's interesting about this Lucian pick, it can really be flexed 3 ways. If you want to, you can send it top, you can send it ADC, or you can send it mid. I don't feel like it's going to go anywhere else, but that is always the possibility for UNC if they want to do it. And the Braum
It's probably Lucian Braum.
is
Maybe.
locked in. Yeah, you're talking about Lucian Braum. It's a very good duo combo. And now, if you are UNC, what do you even begin to ban here?
Well, I begin with banning mid or top laners because those seem like the roles left.
Thank you for that for that insight.
From last game, we seen that they most likely will ban top laners here instead of mids. Seemed like the mid champion pool is pretty wide open. They might ban Syndra into Lucian. Actually, it's not Lucian mid. Never mind. Diana ban.
Obviously,
they might think the Graves is going top or mid. Because Graves can definitely be flexed.
And that's what's so great about these 2 picks, besides the Braum for UNC. You can really flex them a few ways if you want to. So,
You seen the Braum jungle?
I mean, hey, man, I've tried it, and I don't recommend it. His clear speeds are not that great. It does not have the base attack damage that you would really want. But UNC going to ban away this Gnar that we saw last game, and the Xin Zhao being taken away. So, yeah, they are thinking this Graves is going top. I'm sorry, jungle. Top. So they are banning away these junglers.
Come on, not a sleeper matchup top again. I will say, though, the balling matchups make up for this. You don't see these champs that often.
Oh, play it.
Oh, no.
Play
not Nunu.
Play Nunu. Please play Nunu. Oh, dude, please. I would love to see that pick so much.
Might as well pick Teemo.
Ah, no. Boo. Man, I wanted to see the biggest snowball ever. I mean, that's what I wanted to see.
Yeah, I want to see a Sunder abuser against Gragas here.
So if you are put yourselves in the shoes of
you know Poppy. I think Poppy would be pretty good here top actually.
Yeah, Poppy is actually exceptionally good into the comp of UNC right now. Everyone currently has a dash, but they are hovering this gangplank, and I feel like that is going to be locked in. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This.
Well, looks like Gragas might be getting farmed.
Oh no! Why you gonna say it like that, man?
I mean, it's what you opt into.
Yeah, I mean, but really, that's what UNC were having to do. They did have to blind pick this top lane, and you want to give Jaegung something he's comfortable on, and obviously it is this Gragas, and gonna leave the blind pick to either mid or ADC depending on where they decide to do it. But Omega Gaming whipping out the Shurima Emperor himself.
Hey, it's a Vygar angle.
I mean, honestly, Vagar is not awful into this Omega Gaming comp, especially the Hecarim and the Nautilus, and the Azir for that matter. But I digress.
Yeah, you definitely need some more AP damage, some more CC, I think.
Oh, and that is going to be the Corkster locked in. What's your take on the Corky lock?
I think gonna vacuum it's fine. Corky Azir. But I think it might be hard for UNC to play this game. I feel like their CC is pretty lacking. If you're looking on the side of Omega, they got some easy engages. They got some the Hecarim, and they got the Nautilus press R. But yeah, also seems like a winning matchup for top. It's kind of what happens when you opt into Gragas top every game. You just kind of play for the team fights, be a big, beefy frontline for your team, which is something that UNC needs here.
Yeah. Absolutely. And, I mean, we used to see a lot of Azir Corky in professional play whenever that was really in the meta. It hasn't really been meta since, but obviously both teams thinking it is acceptable now. But something that I'm worried about with UNC's comp is their lack of engage. I mean, they really have
Yeah.
two ways to engage, and both of them are ultimate abilities. I mean, I mean, you have the explosive cask out of Gragas and the glacial fissure
Not the best
from
engage, but
Braum.
yeah.
So I mean, I think really what UNC is wanting to do is wanting and waiting for Omega Gaming to engage on them, and then to just try and disengage and then re-engage. Because you don't need to really re-engage super hard, because after you disengage a little bit and then sort of regroup and then head back in, they're already going to be fairly close to you. So you don't need to gap close. You don't need to really try and catch people out. You could just play it front to back and do pretty well. They do have some great poke with this Corki though, just being able to spam those rockets into Omega Gaming. But the health
Yeah, it's
bar
only
is
Corky though.
no, you're right. You're right.
It's
It is
only
only
Corki.
a Corki. So if I am UNC, I'm wanting to get Kersey fed. I'm wanting to get him pretty far along on this mid lane pick, just so he's able to chunk people with
Oh
those
yeah,
rockets.
Corky can hit him hard, but let's hope he doesn't get Nautilus Art.
Yes, if he does get hit by that ultimate, you're going to be pretty crap out of luck. Not going to have too much fun. But I think me and Bodkill are going to be heading to a break really quick, just to get everyone loaded in onto the Rift. This has been the Risen Divine League Playoffs Round 1 between UNC and Omega Gaming Wildcard. I am Podslim. That's the Bodkill. Don't look away from that browser. UNC Esports will be right back. Welcome back, Summoners, to the Risen Divine League Playoffs Round 1. I am Podsalem, and to my right is the one and only Bodkill, who is with me through it all. Omega Gaming Wildcard have taken the first game of this series, but UNC looking to even it out. A similar comp to last game, but is a 4-man invade on this top side. Going to see Javi, but not going to care too much, and some wards going to be traded top for the top side jungle for Mega Gaming and the bot side jungle of UNC Varsity. Bodkill, what is one lane that you are really going to be keeping your eye on this game?
Probably ball lane. It's not top lane.
Elaborate more.
Not
What about this bot lane do you think is really going to be action?
I think this ball lane can be pretty versatile. Either lane can honestly get a lead. Lucian Braum, very strong lane. Lucian, his double hit passive is very good at proccing Braum's passive. Get that quick stun. Got some good damage. And Kai'Sa Nautilus, also a pretty well-known combo. Has fallen out of favor but recently, I guess, they think Kai'Sa's good. So, yeah. Strong early game. You got Halo Blades. Nautilus, just a good early game champ. Full build, he's already full build. He has his, I think that's Aftershock. So yeah, is that Aftershock?
For who? The Nautilus?
Or is that double Guardian?
Glacial Augment.
Okay.
For the Nautilus. So going for more CC in lane, even if it is of the soft CC variety. But Rami going to be locked up by the passive there and going to be finishing off right there. The stun goes down, but Rami almost getting hit by the little bit of that Kai'Sa passive, and that would have chunked him early on.
I feel like there's some slight miscommunication there. Posh was kind of hitting the minions while Rami was really looking for that last hit of the passive.
Yeah.
But they're pushing for level 2 so they can try to force a fight. And
Both
here they
teams,
go.
Yeah.
They respect it.
Good out of Omega Gaming to realize that they do not win that. But Kersey not winning the trade right there, as we actually see Steepy going from his red immediately down to the red of Javi, and is going to take it. So that might set back his total clears a little bit, and going to give the 3 buff over to Steepy. But some good trades from Posh onto Suck right there for this Nautilus. And Heckram's bot side pings the MIA on his red buff like, hey man, where'd it go?
FF.
See, now it's Omega's turn to FF. They're the ones who should do it this time.
Yeah, I felt like they were comfortable going for that because they have a winning ball lane there with the wave pushing in, so they felt like it was safe to go for that. And it was a good call. They got away with it. And now CP has a pretty considerable advantage.
Yeah, does have some good tempo advantage on those buffs. Hasn't taken any of the smaller buffs, but the hook does land
down in
Suck.
CS, but
and they're actually going back into it. The exhaust goes down. The ignite is there as well. Suck going to have to flash out, but the burn is not going to get him. The heal's going to save him, and I know that is so frustrating for UNC. Javi wasn't able to join the fight because TP was there. Nightingale getting lit up by the Gatling gun, and fights all around Bodkill, but no kills just yet. But the flash, Rami going to miss the Q, and I believe that is going to cost him his life. Ghost use for Javi, and going straight into Braum. A solo kill for this Kai'Sa. Almost going to trade back the kill. The dash in. Steepy going to get locked up by the Nautilus passive. Posh is very low. Gets hit by the dredge line. YYC ADC not done. Does use the speed up there to try and close the gap against Steepy, but 2 kills onto this Kai'Sa already, Bodkill. Not looking good.
Yeah, that's not good. I would say so. They just didn't respect the Hecarim, just kind of sitting there. I don't blame them too much. He's just like right there, right behind the fog of war. They didn't see him, and they thought they had advantage, could one-shot them, but wonderfully punished by the enemy jungler.
Yeah, and I feel like they knew that this Hecarim was still there because they had just seen Steepy fighting him in that tri-brush, and a little bit of an overextension like we're talking about from Rami, using the stand behind me and the flash to get towards this Nautilus who was so incredibly low, but not going to capitalize on it. And now this Kai'Sa does come back with those Berserker Greaves, very much so ahead of Posh right now, who only has a long sword, a Doran's Blade, and a refillable potion to his name. considerable damage difference in this bot lane, at least as far as total damage output.
Seems like Kaisa might be going for the AP variant. I'm seeing the tier. I'm not sure if AD, like full AD crit Kaisa builds that, but
We could see the was gonna say something, but aggression in the bot
wow,
lane.
can't even break the shield.
That W active, man, so good for Nautilus. But I was gonna say, I think YYC might be looking towards the crown of the Shattered Queen. Has been a very popular item on ADCs like Kaisa and Ezreal, just to be able to have a little bit more AP damage. But
I think Loons is better this game.
Ludens?
Yeah.
Okay, I respect it. We'll have to see which one he does decide to go, though, as Javi is. I don't know if he was spotted on that ward. I would have to imagine
Might be going for Drake.
Yeah, and it is going to be the Mountain Dragon first, but Jaegung and the gang trying to pick off the kill onto AZM, forcing the flash out of him. A big cooldown, but on the other side of it, Omega Wildcard picking up the dragon for themselves. You saw right there, no vision for UNC. Mountain Dragon goes over. Next one's going to be the Infernal Dragon. Going to be desired by both teams this game.
Might be a Cloud Soul.
Ooh, Posh getting saved right there from a lot of damage right there. The Ignite goes down as well. So many abilities used to almost take him down right there. That would have been a travesty had he gone down.
Pretty bad trade there for the UNC ball lane. Luckily for them, Hecarim's not.
Ooh.
Oh.
The full-length dredge line going to take Suck under the turret. Not going to have too many consequences, though. This Nautilus is incredibly tanky at this point.
Yeah, if Hecarim was there, it might have been a dive.
Ooh. Dash does go out. Posh trying to get the last auto to get that stun, but not going to happen. Some MIA pings. They do see Javi heading towards this top lane, and Jaegung doesn't have a lot of mana. Does have the flash, though, if he needs it. Hecarim going to just back off instead.
Yeah, UNC's ball lane not afraid to play a little aggressive even when behind. Not sure if that will come back to bite them.
I feel like what it really comes down to is them knowing where this Hecarim is. So I feel like if you do hit a good Q onto this Kaisa and are able to quickly get that stun off, you can really do a lot.
Going in
right
again.
There, trying to go in. The dredge line does not connect back to the turret. The shield is there. Posh going to slay Suck right there, and nothing else going to come of it. A good 1-for-0 for UNC.
That's why you play aggressive, guys. Look at that. Get a good kill. A great play by Rami there, really setting up. I think he just hit 6, so that's why they went for it. Mid lane. Seems like Kitten is down a little bit of CS.
Yeah, no kills have been gotten for Kersey, a.k.a. Kitten, so far as AZM going to stop the back of Jaegung. Jaegung has a lot of gold in his pocket to spend as Steve P once again giving the blue buff. I can see you shaking your head.
Come on, guys.
You know that you want it, but Suck is here.
Whoa,
Oh, no! Oh, my. Oh.
It's okay, he has Hex Flash, right? That was just to get the Hex Flash, right? I think he actually might have thought he had Hex Flash there.
I think that has to be what it was, or he just got it back.
Yeah, that.
Oh, that is tragic for Suck right there.
It's okay. Look, he has Hex Flash now. Oh, it's warded. Well,
yeah, I was about to say the push is warded, so not what you can do.
Oh, fighting
but
again.
Regardless of the Hex Flash, going to flash in front of him to get the hook instead.
If only he had Flash.
Yeah, if only he had a certain ability
Azir
there.
going for the R there, but for some reason didn't think Corki had a dash, aka his Valkyrie, so he just W's out.
Yeah, Valkyrie helping out this Corki, especially when this Hecarim lurks around. Basically, like a free flash, if you're really able to counter it just right.
I'll say Rami and Posh are doing a great job building back-end advantage after that early game, giving Kaisa 2 kills. They're kind of farming the Nautilus right now, just engaging on him, and he really has no ways out.
Yeah, and I feel like it's very crucial that both the first death and the second death, as might see a fight here. Nope. The first death, Suck missed the turret with his dredge line by about like 10 centimeters, so it wasn't that far at all, and it obviously cost him his life. The second time, Rami flashed in front of it, so a great outplay by Rami right there. And now he is looking to roam, is in this mid lane. Herald is going to be taken by Steve just as Omega Gaming catch a whiff of it. And now UNC are the ones who are wanting to be proactive with this game. They are down about a little under 2,000 gold, but that is not going to deter them from constantly looking to make these plays.
Yeah, they still got Herald. They'll probably be looking to play for next Dragon now that their ball lane is stronger. We'll see what happens.
Dragon does spawn in under 25 seconds, but the wave is being pushed into the bot lane of UNC. Kersey has the package, but doesn't know there's a Nautilus there. Full length dredge line going to hit. That is an ultimate, and that is the force of the package out. Rami is stuck in between two enemies. Does use the Glacial Fissure offensively, slows down this Hecarim a little bit. Hecarim's taking a lot of damage. Dredgeline goes right back in, but those are still some rockets doing big damage. Shrima Shuffle going to push the enemies back, but Steepy and Rami are in a bad position. Going to be feared away, and a double kill for YYC ADC is on the other side. Jagung almost gets taken out by AXM, but the Dredgeline is going to gap close for Suck right there. The flash and exhaust having to be used to deter the rest of Omega Gaming from continuing that fight. A good 2-0 for Omega Gaming, and they are going to secure this dragon on top of it.
Yeah, that was great patience there by the Hecarim, holding that ulti until waiting for UNC to be split, hitting the 2-man ulti, getting 2 quick kills, and the ensuing fight, and the Drake. So now they have a 2 Drake advantage. It's Cloud, but they have a Hecarim, so...
Yeah, I was about to say, for Omega Gaming, the Cloud Soul is actually very good for them. As we see these goal differences across the board, leads in every single lane for Omega Gaming Wildcard, especially in this bot and in this top lane. The CS lead for AZM really helping him. Already has his Triforce, which when you are Gangplank really helps you do some work against your enemy top laner. Ooh. Oh, that's some good damage. AZM almost getting more damage onto him. That is a whew. See, one of the few top laners that I really do like to play is this Gangplank, simply because of the amount of things that you can do with him, especially with his barrels. Because if you go full crit plank, you are going to blow up anyone on the side of UNC Varsity, especially if you do throw a little bit of lethality into the build. But I wonder if AZM is just purely going to build for this side lane and just be a constant thorn in the side of UNC.
I mean, he could go the whole breaker route, but I would imagine he's building more bruiser. It's just more consistent. It's just harder to catch you out.
Yeah. Absolutely. But speaking of catching out, Steepy is down here in the bot side in this tribe rush, and I feel like Suck knows something is up. Doesn't see Rami. I feel like he knows he's in that, but the Shrima Shuffle almost catching Kersey out. Kersey with the fast reactions there to stay alive.
Yeah, someone needs to tell Azir that Corki has a W.
Uh-oh. Ward is put down. The culling is out as well. A flash not going to be just enough as he goes right back in. And my friend, you were out. YYC ADC having to flash away, but Kersey on the other side of it going to be taken down by Javi. A 1-for-1 across the map for both of these teams, but a lot of pressure given over to UNC in this bot lane.
Yeah, huge mistake by Nautilus there, hooking back in. Hecarim might be caught here.
Oh, the flash, and he goes right back into it, only to get stunned up. Rami trying to get the kill onto YYC ADC, doesn't have the damage and knows it. Flashes out, though, but he is going to be dashed back in with the ultimate, a double TP from Omega Gaming. Rami is in a bad place. Steepy is in a bad place as well. Rami going to have the turret.
Oh, nope.
Oh,
Close.
Good enough. Steepy going to dash over the wall, though. So a net positive for UNC. They did get 2 kills, only traded. It was a 2-for-2 across the map entirely, but 2 teleports were burned, for Omega Gaming.
Yeah, I find it Oh, it seems like GP's TP got canceled.
Yeah.
I'm surprised GP didn't use his ulti there. I think it would have made it may have made a difference in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I think it was a pretty even trade.
Uh-oh,
Oh.
Kersey is there, does get knocked up
Oh,
by the ultimate, and you can't dodge the Shurima Shuffle
Can't dodge that
when
one.
you are knocked up, Kersey. This is here now going to shove this Corki in, and Nightingale sitting 1-0 and 2, has his mythic completed and is just being a menace around the map.
Yeah, that was. He got a little outplayed by Nautilus there. Walked up too far without vision. Nautilus was just sitting in the bush. And this time he doesn't fail his flash, so.
Nautilus had the no fun button. He said, "You're not allowed to move, and we're just going to kill you."
Yeah,
And
it does
that's
seem
that.
like the AP variant of Kaisa. So look forward to having her W from a full screen away and taking out half your health.
See, I feel like it's an interesting pick, though, because you already have pretty good AP with this Azir, so you don't necessarily need it, but going to opt for it anyways. Jaegung trying not to lose this turret so early. No turrets have been taken just yet, 16 minutes into this game, but I believe that top one is going to be taken as Steepy, or I'm sorry, not Steepy, Jaegung takes a recall here.
Wow, this jungler's so selfless. Giving red buff too? Where's my jungler?
Where's Drip
I want
Irrigation?
double
You need to yell at him. Tell him to get in here. Tell him to wake up. But yes, AZM does secure this first turret on the top side for Omega Gaming. But UNC looking to stop the dragon stacking that they saw Omega Gaming do last game. Steepy is here to help out with that effort. And this would be a good pickup for them because it slows down the Cloud Soul win condition for Omega Gaming. Oh, big package used by Kersey. Going to do so much damage. Heal having to be forced out, and now Kaisa has to back off.
That's an O2 Corki damage.
That is a Corki with only a Manamune and Sork shoes. See, ladies and gentlemen, you don't need a lot of damage items to do big buku damage as Corki, but doesn't mean that Nightingale doesn't do damage himself, forcing Kersey to go the long way around.
Well, yep, peace.
I see.
That's revenge for the earlier red buff.
Yeah, I was about to say. I feel like that was like Javi being like, well, my red buff I gave to my ADC, so I'm gonna give their red buff to me, and just takes it right under their nose. A lot of people in this mid lane for both teams, though. Oh, Rami trying to dash in there, and Kersey getting too big for his britches, Valkyring in only to have his demise shown right between him. Jaegung going to use the cask back. Flash having to be used by AXM. Dredgeline going to go wide. Omega Gaming going to secure a kill, almost getting two, and that's a Rift Herald mid bot kill.
Yeah, a bit of over-aggression. It's punished, again, by the Nautilus.
Oh,
here's the
is going to be
GP ult.
taken.
Here's the
There's
dive.
The unstoppable onslaught. The dash in. The Void is going to be taking Jaegung as well. Herald going to be just almost destroying that turret. CP very low himself. The Void missiles not going to hit. And that is a big push for Omega Gaming that they can continue if they so desire. Corki is coming back right now, though. Rami getting hooked and stunned in place. That Azir turret is active, going to be able to do so much. And slowly but surely, UNC losing territory all over the map.
Yeah, we can really see the strength of AP Kaisa. Well, we're starting to with her W's, her poke, and her pressure. Kersey has, I think, scaled pretty well now at this point. He's got some of his core items. Once he hits Lunens, he'll be very strong.
I feel like it is just a waiting game for UNC, waiting for Kersey to get online, at least more so than he already is. Because those rockets, they do a lot of damage to the Kaisa and the Azir, but you need them to do damage to the Gangplank and the Hecarim as well. So going to be looking to finish that that mythic item, hopefully before this next dragon, which spawns in a little under 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Also
but
something to
Ooh.
note. Oh,
going to stop you right there as AXM going to be locked up, having to use the orange to get out, but not going to be enough. Posh securing the kill. Rami having to flash out, but there's a Heckram. That's a speedy death horse if I've ever seen one, knocking Steepy back. The ultimate from Nautilus going to knock him up right there. Glacial Augment going to slow him down. YYC ADC getting 2 kills, and there is a Baron on the map bod kill, and I would not be surprised if we saw Mega Gaming go for it.
yeah. I really like seeing Delusional there, just tickling Heckram. But, yeah, that was actually a great initial start there from UNC, but it was a great kind of turnaround by Omega Gaming. They just clashed with their numbers and just eventually won the fight. It seems like they're getting off.
Ooh. There's a teleport into the red buff for UNC. Omega Gaming wanting to continue this, knowing that turret is low, but UNC had used a teleport topside to send Kersey up there, but I feel like a wasted teleport for Omega Gaming, and now a summoner spell they didn't have to use. Blown.
Yeah, the thing I wanted to mention is that since the nerfs Corky's package is, I think, 5 minutes now instead of 4, so I don't, if Omega Gaming Wildcard decide to do this Drake immediately, I don't think Corky will be able to get his package, which is a big part of UNC's team fighting capabilities here at Drake.
Yeah, a big part of staying relevant is that quirky damage like we were talking about. He's trying to get enough gold.
Yeah, he's trying so hard to get enough.
Finish that Ludinous Tempest before this next dragon spawns. I don't think he has it going to topside to clear that wave. Going to be so close. Has the Blasting Wand and the Lost Chapter in his inventory.
Oh, Steepy taking blue buff.
That menace.
I think you do give it a Corky here.
No, yeah. But
I'm pretty sure, but
I feel like you have to take it or else
yeah,
Omega
it seems
Gaming.
like Corky is just trying to get his item spike before Drake.
Uh-oh. Glacial Fissure having to be used. That Heckram still goes fast. On top of Onslaught, the Gale Force not going to be enough. But it now looks like Javi is in a place that he does not want to be. The Ghost having to be popped. The culling is used and the Cannon Barrage as well. But a great cask to throw Heckram back into it. Going to lock him up with the passive. The Shurima ultimate going to be stopping that as well. The Emperor's Divide dividing the team fight right there. Kersey trying to stay alive, having to flash away from that dredge line. The Kaisa trying to finish off Rami right there, but is going to use the ultimate in, and oh my goodness, that's so much damage. YYC ADC showing him why he is 9-0 this game. Omega Gaming Wildcard going to pick up this Cloud Dragon for themselves, and UNC in shambles, not knowing which way to look or how to start these fights.
Yeah, Heckram went out way too far. His team was too far back to kind of follow up, and UNC did a great. He survived a very long time, but his team just wasn't in time. But as you see there, Kaisa in the back end of the fight, poking with that W, resetting the cooldown of it, and then managed to finish this off with the R. So great play by the Kaisa there. Very strong, by the way.
Yeah, I think she does a little bit of damage. That Void Seeker and the Killer Instinct just really gap closing and just gapping the entire team of UNC. But Nautilus going to be caught out. That dredge line right into the wall, not where you want it to go. Might be a little bit of a misplay. The Glacial Fissure going to catch out YYC. Heckram is here as well, and he does some damage. Unstoppable Onslaught going to fear Steepy away. The exhaust going to be used. Posh going to pick it up. Has a red buff, has a blue buff. Trying so much to kill Javi right there. Not going to be enough. A triple kill for Posh. The Unbreakable going to stop the Q from AZM. He is on the chase, though. Has the Cloud Rift. And Kersey going to find the Rockets of UNC, getting a 4-4-2. And they will be able to push this mid-wave now. A good flux of gold for UNC.
Unfortunately, Baron's up, but I don't think they can go for it. But yeah, that was a great play by UNC. Shutting down the Kaisa there. Giving that shutdown to Posh is a huge plus.
See, now you are not as reliant on this Corky to do damage. Posh sitting with 11,000. He's evened it up with this Kaisa. I mean, only down was like 10 gold. So, I mean, you are basically even with this Kaisa now. And that is a big relief for UNC because it used to be this Kaisa just rolls over you. But now Posh is sitting with about 2 or 3 items. But they might just find him out in his own jungle, and that is everything. And the kitchen sink thrown at Posh. A lot of ultimates. Jagun going to survive all of it, though. The killer instinct going to
That's Baron.
chase him down. And just like you said, that is going to be numbers advantage and a Baron for Omega Gaming unless they can stop it.
This Nautilus, right? It's quite fun to watch. There's been some excellent like bush cheeses from Omega Gaming. And it looks like they're going over to kill the Graves.
Rami Baba trying to do his best to keep him alive, but Nightingale going to finish off 1, finish off 2. He's so low, but does fall to Kersey right there. The shutdown going over, but it's not going to matter when the Baron falls and goes over to Omega Gaming. All of them except for one wearing purple.
Yeah, it was a good attempt. They kind of had to go for it, but
Yeah.
well played by Omega Gaming, knowing very well that they just need to go over and kill Graves to secure the smite and the Baron.
Yes, DP hasn't been having the best of games the past 2 games, sitting at 1 and 5 and 7 on this Grave. So, I mean, the 7 assists is very good for himself, but those 5 deaths really do put a stain on that play. But as you did hear right there, Gangplank upgraded his ultimate again. So that is 2 ultimate upgrades for this Gangplank, who is sitting at 3 items.
Navori.
He does a lot of damage, Vodkill. My man does so much.
I think it's just hard for UNC to walk in at this point, especially with the Kaisa.
Rami?
Rami?
Rami, what? Oh, he disconnected, but
Hey, why are you hitting an AFK?
And there wasn't a pause either. Let's keep in mind, we are 3 minutes behind.
Oh, bet. It's a pause.
Oh. No, just a bit of a server lag right there. Nothing wrong with Rito. 200 years, might I add. But yeah, there wasn't a pause after that disconnect. So I wonder if UNC or wonder what the game plan was there. Just gonna let Rami die, and Posh trying to hold this mid wave. That cannon turret doing so much, and everything being taken away from UNC. That is that's a 1,200 damage crit, Bodgill. Ooh, but a package does go in there. Kersey trying to do some
Heckram
damage.
just walked through it. Is that allowed? Wait, what? Whatever, man.
Doesn't even matter, though, when Jaegung gets locked up by the Emperor's Divine. Javi trying to dash in there. Unstoppable Onslaught going to Fear 1, and it is going to be Steepy who's going to fall here soon. Not going to fall. Rami going to pick up the kill onto Javi. YYC ADC picking up the kill onto Rami, and the shutdown for Kersey going to kill YYC ADC, but there's one person alive for UNC and a lot of Baron minions for Omega Gaming. They have another wave coming in here soon. This Baron buff will be wearing off here in a few seconds, but Posh still having to stop the rest of the gang from taking his base. Omega Gaming just going to back off and head towards this dragon.
Yeah, we're starting to see the kind of the weakness of the engage there. They can't really get onto Kaisa, and especially now that she had Zonya's. Wait, did she have Zonya?
That was a stopwatch.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, just the small Zonyas. But yeah, you're exactly right talking about the Ludens there. Not going to be the Crown of the Shattered Queen, but more AP damage overall, and that is a Cloud Soul being secured by Omega Gaming Wildcard. And for lack of a better term, they go Zoom when they ult now.
Yeah, a little bit. Heckram's kind of a little spooky.
Heckram and this Kaisa, might I add. Oh my, UNC
Kaisa's been scary.
Yes, Kaisa has been very scary this entire game, and UNC going to have to figure out how they can shut her and this Azir, who has slowly but surely become a threat.
Yeah.
5-1 and 11. Oh my goodness.
There's just so much zoning from Omega Gaming Wildcard here. They got the Azir, the Gangplank, they got the Kaisa W's, and they got great engage with Heckram and Nautilus.
That is
so it's going to be hard for UNC.
That is a full 2 rockets and a Q from Kersey. And Nautilus took about 300 HP, if that. But the Dredge Line does connect onto Rami, and Rami, using the Glacial Fissure, does knock up YYC, but that is a lot of damage on that Void Seeker.
Look at the Void Seekers. Papa.
Those are off cooldown about every 4 seconds. But Omega Gaming fighting, trying to fight a war on all fronts, and UNC trying to defend that war on the top, mid, and bot. That mid wave does have super minions, so going to be very difficult there. And Rami, oh my goodness, about a fourth of his HP taken Alpha 1. Void Seeker hits another one.
Yeah, you see the range advantage.
Oh,
Look at that.
no.
Corki might be dead if Kaisa R is.
Yeah, I feel like Hecarim's just going to chase him
Doesn't
down,
need it,
though. Oh my goodness. That's a very scary horse.
Yeah, he's got Colossal too, so you know.
The
It's
last stand for UNC. Steepy getting locked up, and Steepy going
God.
boom. Nothing you can do when that happens. Posh being connected to
Half
by
health?
that Void Seeker, and the minions are pouring into the base now. Omega Gaming wanting to secure their spot in this next round of playoffs, but Kersey doing his darndest to clear the wave. Explosive cast hits
Great
4.
cast.
That is a great cast on top of Onslaught, going to get into the back on the Killer Instinct, going to join him as well, but it is too much for UNC to handle. Turrets are going to fall. One goes down. The dredge line does connect. Jaegung, you got nowhere to go except a flash away. Void Seeker's going to go wide, but more minions are coming into the base. This bot turret is the next on Omega
It's a
Gaming's
triple in-hit.
agenda. Bod kill. It is looking more grim by the second for UNC, and I feel like this might be the end of it.
Yeah, it's looking not too hot. The thing is that Kaisa's like always staying alive in these fights. Just playing back, half-healthing any squishy target he hits. It's really scary for UNC. They might be able to turn around once Kin gets packaged, but it's not looking too hot.
UNC missing the luxury of that Vi ultimate this game, just being able to point and click whoever
Yeah.
you want. Having no point and click hard CC this game. Jaegung trying to push AZM off of his Gromp, but taking a lot of
take the
damage.
Gromp,
Yeah, I
man.
was about to say that. Like the Gromp's 1 HP,
Yo,
man. Just
If you
not-
die,
just
at
tap
least
it
you get
once.
Gromp.
TP used bot though to save AZM's AZM's life, excuse me. If UNC can hold off for 2.5 minutes for this Elder Dragon, I feel like they might be able to stop the push from Omega Gaming, but this Baron buff will
Yeah.
make it incredibly difficult for them to accomplish that task. No vision except for a lone ward in the top side for UNC, and for the second time this game, Omega Gaming Wildcard going to be wearing purple.
Yeah, they're just gonna walk in here with the triple inhib down. A lot of super minions. Pretty hard to. Only chance for UNC is to really engage now before the minions come in and just try. They're super far behind.
Ooh. Flash ultimate onto Posh, and it's not going to be enough except for that unstoppable onslaught trying to get back onto him. Hecarim might be in too
Oh
deep,
my
going to be taken
God.
down. Kersey using the package to get so low. YYC ADC popping the Zanyas, and the rockets aren't going to be enough. The Killer
Oh
Instinct to
my.
get away. The Emperor's Divide pushing away Steepy. It is now a 4v3. Cannon Barrage going to do work on UNC, and that is all but one for UNC. Posh, the lone survivor, might just try and save his KDA by staying in the base. And a 2-0 victory. The dredge line going to connect, and it is going to fall. No man left to live for UNC. Omega Gaming Wildcard securing a definitive 2-0 victory against UNC Varsity, and going to push themselves onto the next round of the Risen Divine League playoffs.
Yeah, that was a pretty rough game.
Yeah.
Kaisa got a humongous lead, and they just weren't able to kind of shut her down.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of one of their saving graces was catching Nautilus out a lot. I think Rami did a great job picking out Nautilus in lane. Even though they were behind in kills, they kind of quickly caught up, kind of abused that Lucian Braum combo, really just locking Nautilus down. But just wasn't enough, and they had too much of a lead going into those last fights. Even though that was a great cast, I think in the second to last team fight, just wasn't enough to close the gap in gold.
Mm-hmm. A good cast can only go so far in these team fights. UNC just down too much gold, too many objectives, and ultimately Omega Gaming Wildcard able to find the victory in both of these games. I definitely think YYC the MVP of that second game.
Oh yeah.
There's really no one else you can really give it to.
Kind of curious about the damage charts.
Yeah.
I'm
We've already
He's-
left lobby. They don't even work for spectators, what we are being told. But you can only imagine it is upwards of 20, 30,000 damage, even despite this game only being, I believe it was 33 minutes. I want to think that's how much it was.
above 28.
Yes, it was above 28, Yorks. 38,000 damage, so
Yeah,
I was right.
that's a little bit.
That's
my average damage, to be honest.
that's more than like a lot of stuff in
Yeah.
the game. So, but yeah, this Kaisa doing work for Omega Gaming Wildcard. UNC going to fall into the losers bracket for this playoff series. It is double elimination, so might be able to face someone that they have won against in this second round. I do not know when those games are, but we might have those streamed depending on when they are.
Don't ask me.
Come on, man! You're supposed to know these things. You
Yeah.
think I know these things?
Yeah, I hope so.
That might be next week. It might be within the next few days. We will keep you guys updated with that on Discord and on Twitter. Bodkill, you have anything to say before we head out of here? Any shout outs?
Yeah, I'll shout out a YouTube channel,
Okay.
Jackie Chan 3.
Jackie Chan 3. You heard it here first, folks. Go search youtube.com/user/ Jackie Chan 3. But yes, that is going to do it for us here at the Carolina Gaming Arena studio for the Risen Divine League playoffs round 1 between UNC Varsity and Omega Gaming Wildcard. I have been Podsalem, and my lovely co-caster has been the Bodkill. You guys can finally look away from that browser, but keep in on the lookout for the next few days of the streams we got coming up. Got CSGO, got Smash coming up, and got a few other stuff in the works. So you guys can finally go to bed, do your homework, do whatever you need to do. That is going to be it for us. Everyone have a great night.
Have a good spring break.
Good spring break as well.